Hello, everyone, and welcome back to your favorite podcast ever, the Global Diamond Broker Hard Truth Diamond Podcast. Did I get it right?
It is my favorite podcast ever.
Yeah, because you get to watch and listen to yourself.
Except who's that kind of chubby guy that makes $100 million a year doing it?
Joe Rogan?
Joe Rogan.
He's
I
not
like
chubby.
him too. Huh?
He's not chubby. If he's chubby, what does that make you?
F-I-T, baby. F-I-T.
Anyways,
F-I-T is me. So,
guys, welcome back to episode 92.
and we have a breaking story today.
We do?
Yeah.
What is it?
Lady Gaga got engaged.
No, she didn't. See, this is why you need to check your facts.
You told me
No,
Lady Gaga
honey.
got engaged and
I
she got
said-
a big fat beep rock.
I said she got a big fat fucking rock on her finger, and there are engagement speculations, but I did not say she was engaged. Don't spread false rumors.
So that's why I'm saying it's, what do they call it? A breaking story. We don't know, but it's breaking.
And
So
we don't
she
know,
could be engaged.
and we don't know whether it's lab or mind. So
I do know I went to one of her concerts with my daughter,
Aw,
and she was amazing.
with Callie.
The only issue I had was the whole place, because now that marijuana is legal everywhere,
Just smelled
the
like-
place was just a smoke show. And I don't mean smoke show in the good way.
Okay.
Like, you're a bit of a smoke show
Only on Tuesdays.
until you start talking,
Only on
and then it kind of
Tuesdays.
goes away.
Yeah.
Right?
You didn't tell me I looked good today, but I know I look good, so it's fine.
Well, you kind of look the same to me every day, so I'm not really the one to ask. Anyways, I want to talk about my favorite subject for a few minutes.
Yourself.
Yeah, it's me.
Okay, go for
Do
it.
you know that today in the diamond industry, and I don't really talk about this very much, do you
Yeah,
know
you
that
do.
today... Oh, do I?
Yeah, every
Me?
day.
You mean me? I
Yeah.
talk about me a lot?
Yeah.
Do you know in the diamond world today, living, I am probably the most complete, well-educated, and not school educated, but industry educated. I'm sure there's a lot more school educated than me in the diamond industry. But from all levels of the industry, from the mine to the marketplace, like sometimes I don't think people realize who they're talking to when they say mean things like call me grandpa.
Oh my God, I just spat out my coffee.
Right? Someone was mean yesterday and called me grandpa. What the hell? I wish I was a grandpa.
I'm
to tell you the
tired of
truth.
this, Grandpa.
I had 3 kids, so I would have grandchildren, and so far I'm 0 for 3. Right? I'm hoping to improve that number.
Well, okay, they're not wrong about your age. However, they are wrong about what?
My experience.
Exactly.
Mine to the marketplace. You know, I've opened
A little warm in here.
national jewelry store chains across nations. I've been the agent for by far the most prestigious, the most rare, valuable diamonds in the world.
Argyle.
Argyle pink and red and blue and violet diamonds. Acquired them all myself. You can go on our Instagram and see invoices for millions of US dollars.
Like in the 15s.
Right? Credibility, competence, credibility. You know, I started very small companies and made them very big and sold the rights to them like Diamonds Direct. That is still a very big retailer, although I hated retail when I was in retail.
What do you say? It's your karma?
Pardon me?
You say it's your karma.
What's my Oh, yeah, that it ended up being a retailer, because it really wasn't. It started out of
God,
a
I'm such a parrot of
safe
you.
deposit box, and a friend of mine was getting engaged, and I told her not to pay retail, and a bit of an explosion there. Today, the biggest site, if you look on our Instagram or our TikTok, our number 1 followers by far are jewelers.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's because we're providing even them with accurate industry information.
Yeah, we just recently posted a TikTok talking about how you don't need any formal education to be a jeweler.
Right.
You can just hang a shingle out and call yourself a jeweler with
Or an appraiser.
or an appraiser.
Right.
With absolutely zero education.
Like, it's crazy. You know, and in the copy, we wrote about the
Ugh,
fact
you
that...
just spit on me.
Would you... It was on purpose. Okay, I've been meaning to spit on you, and
Have you
so
been?
now it's done. We can move on. Okay.
Well, I can't.
not comfortably. Yeah. Where were we? Yeah. My background in the industry, my favorite subject, ME. And US quite a bit lately. We're off to Vegas soon, the biggest gem show in the world.
so
We'll
excited.
be recording our 100th podcast from Vegas.
Can't wait.
But this is competence and credibility. And, when I talk about 4Cs with clients, look, would you do me a favor and get the facts? Would you do me a favor? I mean, this industry has preyed, it's a predatory industry on its consumers for generations by providing misinformation. I had someone from Philadelphia tell me last week they read an article about the fact that G or H or I, when it's in a ring, it's
Oh, please.
right. It's
Wait,
dark
finish your
forever.
sentence.
Dark days ahead.
Finish your sentence.
What was my sentence?
The person in Philadelphia saying when,
Yeah,
darker
that's what
colored
they-
diamonds are set in a yellow gold setting, they don't look as dark.
It's LIE. It's not scientifically possible. Their light is blocked by the nitrogen atoms in the stone, which cause it to tint yellow and brown, and they're dark.
What do you think about when people say, I prefer warmer colored diamonds?
That's usually the jeweler who's already sold it to them and they don't know better. Yes, a lot of people. You know what, people? You know what, women? And I'm the middle of four sisters. It's like family day for me today. Hey? I'm the middle of four sisters. You know what women want in a diamond?
Size.
Forever.
Oh.
No.
Just kidding. Guys, I'm kidding.
Not
I'm kidding.
all the women watching our podcast are as shallow as you are, okay?
I learned it from you.
Oh, yeah, right.
But yes, beauty is what he
Is
was going
beauty.
to say. Beauty.
Like
And
it's a
size.
reflection of
And
love. There will always be bigger diamonds. There will always be smaller diamonds than your diamond, but there should never be a more beautiful diamond than your diamond.
Facts.
And guys
Facts.
don't get this. And, so I started thinking about the dark days because you're wasting your money, because the first time she compares with a girlfriend and that girlfriend has a prettier diamond than hers, you're never seeing her left hand again. It's a source of embarrassment for her. It's a source of embarrassment.
Also, studies.
It makes you look like a cheap little beep.
Yeah. Thanks.
I'm beeping out
Thanks
my
for
own
beeping
bad
out your
words.
own, so
Apparently
I don't have
you
to.
don't mind using yours.
Yeah, I don't care.
But I have children.
Okay.
I'm a responsible parent.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I was going to say studies have shown that couples last longer when the diamond is more beautiful.
I think about those studies and it's true. It's called happy. And girls who have the prettiest diamonds are happy because their boyfriend or fiance or husbands look like the smart guys because they get it, right? I can't preach about this enough. And I have the experience now of having our clients who literally, their children are coming to me and going, my mom got your engagement ring from her. And yes, it makes me feel old AF. It makes me feel
But yes, we get the children of the parents who Colin made their ring decades ago.
going everywhere we go. My mom has the prettiest diamond in the ring. You want a return on a diamond. It ain't financial. It's emotional. The biggest return is beauty because it's a reflection of love and the very shallow aspect of the fact that your girl's diamond, your diamond girl, is the prettiest in the room for the rest of your life. And that's what y'all want. Well, studies show up to 98%. The rest are, a little shallower.
Okay. But if you want to be the big stud diamond buyer, that's what you got to do.
You got to get beauty. And don't believe the diamond industry bullshit so they can sell shitty diamonds.
That was good.
Right?
I think we
I'm a little
gotta.
passionate
I think
about
we
this
gotta
thing.
call this podcast "How to Be a Big Stud Diamond Buyer."
The big stud.
See, there you go again. I'm making a suggestion.
This is about me, this podcast.
Okay.
The big stud. That's what I want to call
Is-
the diamond stud.
Wait, is the diamond stud in the room here?
Diamond stud in the room.
Okay, so I want to talk a bit about some upcoming trends in 2024 and trends that we're already seeing,
So Judy announced these to me
like 10 minutes ago.
like just before we got on the air, and she goes, I've decided to go with trends for 2023. Don't ask me what they are because I want you to guess.
And go.
Has to be lab-grown diamonds.
Good
doesn't it?
job.
Is it? It has to be.
That was the worst high five
Here,
ever.
try this one.
I'm scared.
It's my right hand.
Okay, better, bit better. So number 1 on the list is lab-grown stones and larger stones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has to be,
Has
right?
to be.
Because lab-grown is larger. And think of the paradigm.
And more beautiful.
And,
Well, not necessarily. When I say
you
more
can
beautiful,
have beauty comes in mind and in laboratory
what I'm trying to
created.
say is you could get a larger stone and a more beautiful stone for a fraction of the cost.
Are you ever going to get off the size thing? Like,
Okay,
what
sorry.
the hell?
Sorry.
You're not that big yourself.
Okay, what's your problem?
So, but yeah, I mean, that's an easy guess for me is number one.
Number 2 has to do with settings. So
With the designs.
The design.
Now, here, you know, I've been doing this a long time. And you know I have a phrase when it comes to working with our staff designer, Kimmy, who's absolutely
let me guess.
amazing.
Less is more.
No.
Okay.
First
Timeless
said
elegance.
by Leonardo da Vinci. Do you know what it is now? Steve Jobs also took credit for it, but it wasn't Steve who said it first. Many people have taken credit. I plan to take credit for
Okay,
it.
just go ahead.
What's
what is
the
it?
ultimate sophistication?
Simplicity.
Simplicity is the ultimate
Yeah,
sophistication.
so less
that
is
what
more.
this
That's
is
literally what I
this
just
year?
said. Yes,
The trend?
but the trend I was going to say was bezel settings.
Ew.
I know. Okay, so
Don't
I wanted
buy
to,
that
I wanted to
trend.
bring it up because Colin and I think, are one of the
Bezel?
few people.
Did you say bezel?
We're one
Bezel
of the,
settings?
It's a trend, but I personally hate it.
Yeah, personally hate
and
it.
but let's let the people know why.
Okay.
So why do we hate it?
Why do you hate it?
Well, so what it is, a bezel setting is when the center stone is basically surrounded by metal. Okay, so it's set in a bezel setting.
So I want to qualify this a little bit because
Okay.
I have diamonds that I think look amazing in bezel settings. I don't think big, fat rounds look good in a bezel setting.
no.
But we made one recently for Jenna, the marquee.
That was an exception.
Like, is it though? I mean, it's half a bezel, but what a beautiful friggin'
That's the thing; it's half a
design.
bezel. But I
It's
think
half
when
a
it's
bezel.
entirely covered with yellow gold, for example,
Yeah. It takes
just
away from the
takes
beauty
away
of
from
the
the
stone.
beauty. It kind of
makes the ring
darkens,
heavy.
It kind of darkens the
Yeah,
diamond.
yeah.
And when you have a beautiful diamond like ours, D-color or colorless, it doesn't work.
And by the way, do we know who came up with these trends? I see these trends every year, and they seem
Yeah.
pretty self-serving.
So do you
usually.
know Jean Doucet?
No,
Really?
Jean
Jean?
Doucet?
Oh my God! Yes, Jean
No,
Doucet.
I don't know.
Oh,
Okay,
okay. Anyways,
is that who's saying it?
Mm-hmm.
And who's Jean Doucet?
he's a jeweler.
Oh, so again, big deal,
Big deal.
right?
But I did want to bring it up.
bezel setting.
Yeah, I just don't personally love them.
Right. Well, let's see what happens with it this year. We'll have to check in on this and see how the bezel set trend goes.
Okay, lastly, we have mixed metal engagement rings. So, for example, having a yellow gold shank but with white prongs is becoming increasingly popular this year.
I think that's always been kind of popular, hasn't
but
it?
it's on the rise. It's on the
Is that?
rise. Yeah. And I think it's beautiful. I think it brings out the center stone. It makes it pop.
Here's what I think about design generally, and we do a lot of custom-made diamond jewelry.
Well, we do it
we
almost
work with a
exclusively
top
all.
designer. You know,
custom
we've worked with her for I guess 16 years now, but she looks way younger
We
than
love
that.
you, Kimmy.
Is people have I find very specific tastes with what they want and what he wants for her. And one of my concerns about jewelry is, look, it's the inexpensive part of no matter what you do with diamonds. What you pay for is the diamonds, but you've got to get design right. And so when we create a ring for one of our clients, I don't know if you all know this, but we make our rings one of a kind, one at a time. If we can get her size, that's the preferable. We send out ring sizers all over the place across the world, literally. If we can get her exact size, we make the ring in that size.
So no one else will have ever tried on her ring before.
Right? See, to a girl, that means a lot. To me, it's the technical aspect of shrinking and stretching the ring that takes away from the integrity
I guess it is a
of
woman's
the setting.
perspective.
And you can get diamonds and multi-diamond stones that can fall out. It can loosen up the overall setting. So if it can be made in her size, first time, that's a design consideration. It's a luxurious design consideration. It's a kickback to a luxury jeweler, which this is how everything was made. If it was going to be luxury, it was two things. Do you want to know what the two things are?
Beauty.
The most beautiful. Luxury were only the most beautiful diamonds in the world. By the way, that's a D color. If you think it's something else, you're wrong. It's a transparent diamond. Look at me get going. Because I hear this. You know, I had someone take away a post yesterday who said something like, with a G or H color, it's more practical.
Like, who wants a practical ring?
Yeah. You're buying an engagement ring to be and practical means it's dark, means it's cheap. Not anymore. The world's changed. The price of mine diamonds are down to all-time lows. They're certainly approaching that now, and they're going to keep plummeting with no end in sight. With laboratory-created diamonds, the paradigm isn't buying, it's owning. Apparently, no one even asks anymore if it came out of a mine or a lab. It's not a big topic of conversation because they're all identical. So, no. What you're trying to buy here is beauty. It's a very nebulous thing when you talk about it, but here's the thing about beauty. It's like looking at me.
Oh my God.
Everybody knows beauty when they see it.
I don't think that's why people are staring at you when you walk down the street.
Is it the rack? Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's the rack.
Okay. I get that, okay? I get the jealousy, Grandpa. I'll smack your grandpa head. Is that wrong? A little bit, right? Too aggressive?
No comment.
Anyway, so there's the trends. So which ones will be? Look, I'm sorry. I don't think bezel setting is ever going to be a trend. It's never been a trend.
Do you hate that I brought it up in this podcast?
Pardon me?
Do you hate that I brought it up?
Oh, I love the fact that you brought it up. It's a great conversation. I don't have to like it. You do. If bezels are for you, we're happy to produce it. Just give your head a shake. I'm kidding.
But I can definitely see the other two trends continuing on throughout the next few decades.
Look, we predicted it when other companies were out there, when other individuals, when the industry was out there saying we were wrong. They were telling me the rocks are in your head. You're crazy. They were calling me mean names.
Well, you are crazy.
A little bit, but you have to be.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm going rollerblading today.
Yeah,
Look
it's
at
a
that weather.
Blado-dado.
It's a Blado-dado. And for those of you who don't know, I spend a lot of time at the gym. These aren't implants. I've had that question a few times. Are those surgically implanted? No, they're not. And my true love of my life is rollerblading. And I do it right outside in Stanley Park in downtown Vancouver. I do it in Central Park in New York. Do you know I've rollerbladed Central Park in New York at midnight?
Really?
By myself.
Really?
And I wasn't cruising. I'm not a cruiser. Is that bad?
That's so fascinating.
Am I going to get, what is it people get? Not blocked, but when they say bad,
Canceled.
Canceled. I won't get canceled for that, will I?
I don't know.
Saying
I hope you
wasn't
do.
cruising
Okay.
Central Park at midnight in
Anyways,
my
enough about
rollerblades
your rollerblading.
without a shirt on. No cruising. No cruising. As you know, at 9/11, I was in the Hilton that had all the windows out of it, blown out of it, on my way to Antwerp, Belgium, where I had an office.
Holy shit.
I ended up leaving there 3 days before 9/11, and I watched that area be blown to
Demolished,
bits
basically.
from a TV overhead at 8 in the morning in Antwerp.
Wow.
After being in that hotel, and they showed it, they panned on it, and anyway, that's just a little.
I'm so glad you're still
That's
here
a
with
liberty
us.
of being my age. I can then just ad lib anything, and it kind of makes sense. Maybe not to you, but
So I think that's all from us today.
you've had enough. Okay. Well, look, we're here to provide information. We're here to provide insider information and insider tips on owning a diamond. And here's today's tip. Transparent makes it simple. Transparent, the speed of the light, this is science, does not slow down. As you go from D to E to F to G, and you can tell lately I'm on this kick for this because I'm seeing too many people end up with dark diamonds. I see them on the street all the time, and I think, what a waste of money.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Ugh, it's
She'll
just
never
a
show
half
it off
carat.
again. She'll show it off up until the point where she realizes that he cheaped out on the diamond. And it's not luxurious. Today the luxury's new. Today it's what's old is new again. Owning the most beautiful diamond, that's luxury. Doing it at a price that isn't ridiculous, given the ridiculous markups in the diamond industry, that's the new, that's the intelligent luxury. We're the global diamond broker. Our diamonds are the most beautiful in the world, visually and technically. Our craftsmanship is second to none. We're glad you're here. We're glad to be here. I'm particularly glad to be here. I'm doing my own age jokes now.
Okay.
Okay?
You do that. Own it, baby. Own it. All right. See you next week, guys.
Take care, you guys.